Douglas, congratulations on the book. While you were writing it, what did you discover about why these woke warriors on the left are so desperate to destroy Churchill in particular?
Well, that's a very good question, Dan. I look at the lies they've been telling about, and I take them apart one by one. And I think everybody in Britain needs to know about these lies because they are so invidious, they are so unfair, they are so filled with untruths. 20 years ago, the BBC ran a Greatest Britons poll. And if you remember, we voted overwhelmingly to make Winston Churchill, name him as our greatest Briton. And it's hardly surprising. We have a lot of great heroes in Britain, but Churchill must count as among the greatest of the lot. So I was amazed in recent years to see this reputation starting to be assaulted and then finally overturned. Nowadays, when the BBC runs any news story about Winston Churchill, you always get these 10 things that he did wrong. He's accused of racism. He's accused of all sorts of things. He's accused of having values of the Victorian era, which, since he was born in the Victorian era, shouldn't be that much of a surprise to anyone. Amazingly enough, not all of Churchill's beliefs were what we believe in 2022. Amazing, that, isn't it? But one of the things I kept coming to was, why did it become so vicious? Why by 2020, with the BLM protests in London, was Churchill's statue so often assaulted, more often than the cenotaph, more often than any other memorial? Why was it so often assaulted? Why did it end up having to be boxed up in a steel box? Because there is a war going on against everything in our history and in our culture in the United Kingdom and across the wider West. It is a massive campaign that has been growing for years and has sped up in the last few years. It is a war that intends to take out our heroes. It's not an accident that they've come for Churchill. It's absolutely central because the activists of the far left, the Marxists and others all know that if you take out Churchill, you take out Britishness. If you destroy our holy places, you destroy our place. It's the same in America, where the same people have been trying to tear down Abraham Lincoln and Thomas Jefferson and the founding fathers. It's the same in Canada. It's the same in Australia, as you know. It's the same story everywhere. And this has a historic precedent. If you want to carry out a cultural revolution, as is being attempted on Britain at the moment and the wider West, you have to make sure that you desecrate our holy places. You tear down our monuments. You replace them with your own gods. You destroy the temples of the West in order that the peoples of the West know that they are totally subjugated and have to hand themselves over to whoever it is who plans to run the place afterwards. It's very deliberate, very concerted, and everybody in Britain needs to know how to fight back against this.